Sometimes in brewing, going back to the basics is the best thing to do. So today we're going to look at Lemondrop with two different grains. Welcome back, everybody. So today we are going to look at Lemondrop with raw Pilsner malt and Lemondrop with Vienna malt. Now these are both SMaSH beers, so the raw Pilsner is only using Pilsner malt and Lemondrop, and then the Vienna Lemondrop is just using Vienna and Lemondrop. Now, I did put out a video on the Lemondrop with Vienna, but also in this series, we want to compare. We're making a whole bunch of different beers with different hops, with different grains, so it's nice to compare this Lemondrop with this grain versus this Lemondrop with this grain. Now, in this scenario, the one on my right is the Lemondrop with Pilsner malt. That was bottled on 5/19 and it came in at 5.81%. The grain bill was 2 pounds of Pilsner malt with hop additions, 60-minute boil at 0.39 at 30 minutes, 0.29 at 5 minutes, then 0.32 3 days into fermentation. The beer on my left is the Lemondrop with Vienna. That was bottled on 7/15. So if we look at it, let's just go 2 months old. So the Lemondrop with Pilsner is 2 months older than the Lemondrop with Vienna. Hop schedules are the same. Now in the Vienna one, I did use 2.25 pounds of Vienna malt. So I did learn, or I did think that 2 pounds of the Pilsner malt wasn't enough backbone. So if you're just starting out brewing, start out light. It might not be the best thing, but at least you can build on it. And that's what I did on this. So Vienna is a little heavier. From what I'm showing, the SRM is 3 on the Vienna, and on the Pilsner it's 1.8. So we should see a different color. Obviously, I just got done doing the Lemondrop with Vienna. That's why it's in the glass. We will go ahead and fill that one up first since it's almost full. And then we will go ahead and open the Lemondrop with Pilsner. Why are the bottles different? Well, when we first started out, I actually ran out of plastic bottles, and I have a whole bunch of glass ones from when I used to bottle everything. So that's what I picked up, and that's what I went with. I'm not going to put the end in there because we are using Mr. Beer Kits, and the funnel on that is open, and when we just add the dry hop pellets, you are going to get some in there, so I don't want to put them down there. I'm actually going to set these way off to the side just so we can talk more about the beers because the bottles really don't matter. Now, if we go ahead and look at these, the one on my right is the Lemondrop with Pilsner. The head is, the bubbles are more spread apart. They're still medium and small, but they're spread apart a little bit more than the Vienna with Lemondrop was. The Lemondrop with Vienna, the head is dying down. They're both, I would say, off-white, khaki-ish color. Let's go ahead and see what we think about the colors. They are a little different. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it or not. I'll get some of that chill haze off the Vienna version. To me, the Vienna version on my left is a different color yellow. It's more golden yellow, where the one using the Pilsner malt is a very like watered down yellow color. Doesn't look like there's much body. the Vienna version is a little hazier than the one using just Pilsner malt. I can see a lot more, obviously, through the Pilsner malt. The carbonation level or bubble level on both of them are very high. So that makes me think, at least on the one with the Pilsner malt, because it's light, there's not as much, say, protein or sugar or body in it. The carbonation is going to take over a little bit more because it doesn't have anything to fight through, where the Vienna malt is a little bit heavier. We did use a little bit more, so it might take more to carb up. Let's go ahead and smell. We'll go with the Pilsner version first, as it should be the lighter version. I'm pretty sure I said the ABV. So on the Pilsner version, it's 5.81, and on the Vienna, it's 5.66. So what is that telling us? My guess would be the Pilsner version mashed in at a lower temperature than the Vienna version. That way, more sugar was drawn out of the grains, which left more sugar for the yeast to eat, which produced a higher ABV. If we look at the post-boil gravity or the original gravity on the Vienna version, it was 1050, and it was supposed to be 1049, so close. Then on the Pilsner version, it was 1047, and it was supposed to be 1047. If we look at the bricks when we bottled, the bricks on the Vienna was 6, and the bricks on the Pilsner was 5. So we did go, the yeast had a funner time on the Lemondrop, so that could mean mash temperature was lower, more sugars were produced, so the yeast had more to eat. Okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead and smell, see what we get. This one smells more citrus grassy. Not lemongrass, but citrus grass. Maybe a little bit more sweeter malt is coming through on this one. Lightly toasted bread with a grassy citrus smell. On the Vienna, the Vienna version is more lemongrass, not citrus grass. It does have a tiny backbone of sweet malt. It's made with malt. It's going to have some sweet malt. But that initial smell, I get more lemongrass from the Vienna version versus a grassy citrus note from the Pilsner. They both smell good. I do like Lemondrop, so it's right up my alley. So let's go ahead and taste. So the Pilsner, very light and bodied. More of a tart lemongrass. More drier, a lot drier in the back, like my tongue. Like my tongue taste buds are like sticking up. They're so dry. Yeah. Drinking this on its own, you would think it's fine. Yeah, more lemon tart than anything in this one, which it doesn't surprise me because you're using a very light grain. You should get more of those hops that come through, and I think that's what you're getting there. Maybe it's a little over hopped for being 1 gallon and using an ounce of hops, but yeah, more lemon tartness than anything in that beer. Drier in the back. We did finish lower, so that would say why it's drier. Let's taste the Vienna. Yeah, night and day difference. The Vienna has a thicker body, more robust body. It does have that malt backbone, more lemongrass in flavor, not as watered down. You really don't get that tartness. I think that tartness is because the backbone's not there. So whatever's in that hop is really letting it come out. And as I said, maybe a little over hopped. Yeah, this one's still going to town with bubbles. This one looks thicker, obviously. The ABV is really not doing anything. Like, I can't tell, oh, the Pilsner malt is a lot bigger in ABV than the other one. I think the thicker body is maybe balancing it out. Excuse me. Yeah, see now, if you remember on the Lemondrop with Pilsner, the refractometer, I wouldn't say was at 12, so I do have two different things down here, and I have at 12 bricks of, at 12, it would have been a 6.02% beer. At 11.75, it would have been a 5.81%. And that must be what I put. Yeah. Okay. So I did go with the lower one. They are close enough, but the Vienna one, it tastes like a thicker beer, like it should, to have that backbone of that Lemondrop. Where the Lemondrop with Pilsner, there's not enough body in that light of a malt to really help that backbone or make it balanced. Now, could you use the Pilsner and add some C40 or honey malt or something that's a little heavier to it and balance it out? Yes. And we will be trying that on some. Because sometimes you go to a homebrew store and they only have Pilsner malt. So you might have to add something to it to get that body to come up. Because a recipe that calls for 10 pounds of 2-row, you wouldn't want to use just 10 pounds of Pilsner malt on it. Just like you wouldn't want to see the alpha acids on a hop in a hop recipe called out as 10.8% alpha acid, then you go to your homebrew store and it's 4.3% alpha acid. You wouldn't want to just dump those hops in there. That's another video, but it's like that. You don't want to use a lower alpha acid hop for a recipe that calls for a higher one and just use the same amount, because it's not equal. So if a recipe calls for 2-row, which could be a 2.4 level bond, you wouldn't want to use a 1.8, a 1.4 level bond malt in the same quantity. You would have to up it to get it. So yeah, I think the Vienna version does taste better. Now, does that mean it's a great beer? No. It needs the hop schedule tuned a little bit. I don't think we're getting the full flavor or aroma of the Lemondrop. It could use a little bit more bitterness to actually balance it out even more. But as these two go, the Lemondrop with Vienna is better. I like the color better. The Lemondrop with the Pilsner is too watered down in color. If I went to a bar and saw this, I would almost say, okay, well, you did a good job making a lager. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a pale ale, an IPA, or a double IPA as far as SMaSH beers go. Now, are they going to be perfectly balanced every time? No, we're starting at the beginning. We picked this hop schedule. That's what we did, a lot of them, until we learned, well, maybe this one's a little lighter in flavor, so we need more, or maybe it's heavy in flavor, we need more malt to balance it out. And I think that's what this kind of shows. We kept the same hop schedule, we changed the malt, we also upped the malt, and I think we produced a better beer than the first version. And I would say, as somebody new getting into homebrewing, that's what you want to do. Pick something, make it, as long as you know how to brew, do whatever you want. It's home brewing. You're not going to screw it up, especially if you make small batches, 1 gallon, 2 gallon, you're not going to be out a lot, and you can start over. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.